Hi guys, how's tricks? Good to see you all. How you doing, Vamp? Nice to see you, pal. No worries, Moose. Evening, Rich. Good to see ya. I just noticed there's about a 6-second delay today between the broadcasts and what you see, which is fine. I might yawn tonight a lot. I've been yawning all day. I've been in a course all day since early this morning, so it finished not long ago, and I'm just yawning as you do. So I'll just clean my glasses there. There we go. So we'll go to the little camera. Evening, Simon. Good to see you. And evening, Stephen. Cheers for popping by, fella. All good. I'm just gonna try and get this up if I can. It'll do it without buffering. Nope. So we'll just go across to there. And we'll get the old model out anyway. Get that ready. So last time I was at the Azure Blue, and something's jumping about here on the screen. Evening, Frank. Good to see you. Who we got on here then? Got a few people chatting away on over Facebook as well, which is all good. I'll see what that is in a minute. Just waiting for the comments to come up. So, if you remember, whenever it was, forgetting what day it is now, Thursday there, we done the Azure Blue. Had a delightful person on one of the Facebook groups that decided to put circles around one of my pictures and made some comments about, oh, it wasn't ready to paint, blah blah blah. Well, needless to say, like always, the guy never posts pictures of models, so he's one of them kind of guys. And I said to him, well, it's nothing that can't be fixed, and it's actually a work in progress, so I've not actually finished yet. And all I got was a thumbs up, so there you go. So I've done a little touching up that needed doing, that you always find when you're painting. There's never, always happens. And I added this piece here. And if you remember, this piece here and across here, it's all got to be done in aluminium and halfway up the side of the nose. So that's why that piece is still left. So today really is putting some tissue paper in the holes there. In fact, what I might try and do, let's see if this will fit. Maybe that one it is. No, right, so a little bit of tissue paper in the gun bays there and in the cockpit, and then we'll be back on the pre-shading ready to start doing some camo work. I think that's the best bit. How's the poor pilot? Vamp, he's still got his arms and legs, pal. He's over here. He needs his goggles finishing, and then some, you know, some yellow and all that lot, and his harnesses and stuff. But he's still got his arms and legs, and his head's still on. So there you go. Who we got over on Facebook there? We've got Chris. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you. And Andrea Baldy. All good. Thanks for popping over. All good fun. Yeah, the poor fellow, I mean, he can't have his arms glued on many more times, so I've been really careful with a little chappy. So I'm going to just quickly put some kitchen roll in them areas, and there's not much pre-shading on the top. There's less detail on the top than there is underneath, so we should be pretty good and pretty quick at this bit. If I can get my head in gear. This course has kind of knocked me for 6 today a little. It's not fun getting up at 9 o'clock, before 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, that's for sure. It's well worth it though. Evening Run over on Facebook there. How you doing? Good to see you as always. It's always good to see everybody. I enjoyed the chat bit of it. You know, when you're all putting on the chat and all that kind of stuff. Noodles. Moose has got noodles on the go. Good stuff, Ron. Glad to see you keeping well. Like I say, I've been yawning all day because it's been a long old day, but nice to spend some time at the bench. I've been at the bench all day and no plastic is like a killer. And like I say, I've enjoyed the course so far, so can't complain. I'm just tucking in these around this gum bay without damaging any ink, and then we'll get on again with some pre-shading, and like I done underneath, I'll be doing a few different colours again just to give that tonal colour difference. I can touch up whatever afterwards. All good fun. So just get a little bit of masking tape there on that. You got like these two triangular bars here, and it's just getting a bit of a pain to try and cover them. So just whooping a little bit of tape over the top. I'm not blasting it with the airbrush, so it should be fine. And worst comes to worst, we'll touch it up later date. There we go. That will do me. Happy days. So how's everyone been since Thursday? Because obviously this is the longest break between my live shows. Normally it's a couple of days, and I'm on again. But obviously Friday and Saturday I have off, so for those of you who are watching on YouTube, how did Festus go today? Sadly I had to miss that due to the course. I like watching old Fester and Dave. Well, not so old, but well, yeah, old. Just in case he's lurking. Had a right old awkward food name as well to set him up with this week, but sadly I never got it. Evening, Mark. How are we doing? I did look into the having a guest. Now, back in the day when me and Mark used to we done it. the paper vamp is just to stop any paint getting in the gun base while I'm spraying. That's what it's for. I just pop it in there just to stop any, when I'm airbrushing, any paint getting in there and ruining what I've done. And then I can just pop it back out again once I'm finished. Yeah, so back a few years ago when I was doing live and I had a visitor, Mark, I used Google Hangouts, but sadly that's no longer around really, and you can't, basically I can't have a guest without paying on like Streamlabs or StreamYard and things like that. It won't let me do Zoom onto YouTube and stuff, so I have to wait until I get some pennies together. Yeah, the pilot can always use the tissue paper to wrap his arm up when I break it off. Use it like a bandage. So there we go, we just a little blocked up there ready. So I'm just going to pre-shade that now and then do like I done underneath, do the mad colours. And yeah, and then we'll be ready to do some camo work. What's Ron saying? That guy doesn't know what modelling's about. Yeah, true, mate. Very true. HMS Belfast still busy, and the 88 flat gun diorama base. Good man. Did you see what I was saying about the Luft mine, Ron? About how it hit that Belfast. That was quite interesting, that. No worries, Moose. Do you deliver? Any chance? Right. Where am I? Yeah, to use StreamYard, Mark. But to use StreamYard and do it without the logo and all that carry on, you've got to pay. And it's 100. When I looked at to do what I want to do, you're looking at £175 a year. So for me, obviously in my circumstances, that's going to be a no-no for a while, a long time. There is a free one, but you're very limited to what you can do on it. So, alright. Basically, they've all cottoned onto it now. Google Hangouts has now changed to Google Meet, and they now charge. So everybody's on it. They all realise that they can make money out of all this, and made it harder for everybody else. Yes, Ron. Yeah, it is a strange one. I was really shocked. I was quite surprised when I was reading about the Luft mine. For those of you who don't know, on my Facebook I posted about a Luft mine, because one, well, there quite a few were dropped in Glasgow, and it turns out they were £1,000 bomb, 1,000 kilogram bomb, sorry, and they were 8 foot 8 inches long. Now you imagine one of them dropping. So it turns out there were parachute bombs, and I couldn't understand why a parachute. So I was looking into it. There's a post on my Facebook if you want to see it, and it's really quite an interesting read of why and what it was used for. But old Ron is building, not old Ron, but Ron, sorry Ron, Ron is building HMS Belfast, and it said in when I was reading that HMS Belfast was damaged by one. Basically, they dropped them, and from a great height, they look like giant suppositories, and if they landed on land, there was a timer, and 25 seconds after it landed, if the clockwork timer worked, then it would explode on land. But if it landed in the sea, there was a dissolvable plug which ruined the timer and made it into a magnetic 8-foot mine and attached to ships. So it was like a dual purpose German bomb. It's quite an interesting read when you start reading about it. I was quite surprised. Yes, mate, COVID's kind of messed everything up. But yeah, so it was quite a fascinating read about a Luft mine. I know a lot of people have already noticed it on my profile there and seen it, but it was really interesting if you Google it. It's amazing how technology back then evolved so quickly. Not quite flowing right, eh? See you very well today. You see, because I've been at the PC all day, the old eye's struggling a little today. No. We'll look at the comments again in a minute. Just concentrating for a sec. I still can't get over that there's this aluminium strip I've got to deal with. I think that's all the horizontal, all them ones. Got some little squares there. And the result. I've got a few rivets here. I'm just going to follow the rivet line as well. Just because I can. Right. A few more lines here. Make sure I get them all. How are we doing? Let's have a quick peek. Yeah. Vamp, it's craziness. I see Moose liked it. It's not that it's a new bottle, mate. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. I'll sort it out now. It's because I've not checked the airbrush first. That's what it is. It's not been used for 3 days and it's been sitting. And normally I just run some cleaner through it before I start. And I never when I started, which is not clever. So, and I've got the needle right down to near enough nothing. So I'm just going to chuck some cleaner through it and then we'll be good. It's my own fault. Laziness. But laziness just makes life more difficult. Much better. Because it's just making my life difficult. I had a busy day. Yeah. It'll work better now. Put a lid on so I don't spill it. I will spill it. See what you have to put up with when you've got Mark here. Yeah. I know, Vamp. It's, as I said earlier, I've been a hectic day. With the course that I was on and all that. And I made the silly mistake of assuming that it'll be okay. What's going on? Yeah. It's not my day today. Uh, Rivets there as well. Yeah. What else we got on here? Evening, Paul. So we got Paul, Frank, how you doing? Colin, how's tricks? Mike and Dave, how you doing, chaps? Oh well, you know, you should have made more moose. That's what you should have done. Then we'd have been all right. What's that one saying? Ron's doing a Spitfire Battle of Britain pilot. Oh yeah, the Milan. Old man Fred. Look, I didn't mean to call you an old man. I just meant old within old. It just came out old. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, boom. You see a little square. What I'll do at some point before the next live is I'll give it the old airbrush a full clean. Yeah, double batch mousse, that's the one. Don't forget you got to send it. And I want it hot when it gets here. Kind of got my hand from shaking at the same time. Looked a little there, but luckily by the time it's all painted up, you won't notice. It's all the horizontal, all the vertical ones. They still need. But I'll definitely I'll definitely sort out the. I'll give my airbrush a good clean tomorrow. It's been a while since it's acted up like this, so it doesn't help when I got it so low either. It's such a low setting. It's got it all on there. I'll do that. Let's see. It. Now. No, no idea, mate. Mark. Probably the Lancaster that good old Ron gave me. So it'll be a 172 Lancaster. This one here. That'll be what I'm building next, no doubt. That was from Ron. So, because I was ashamed to say I've never built a Lancaster, and he laughed and said that was outrageous, which it is. So he sent me a Lancaster. So I've got no excuse now but to build a Lancaster. Here we go now over on Facebook. How you doing, Brian? Nice to see you, buddy. And Carlo, yes, appreciating. How are you? Well, my version of appreciating, which it'll be done like I did underneath. So I'm not too fussed how neat this is. By the time I do my colour and everything else, it should look reasonable. Yes, I need to build a jet. Really? I've got, I do have the F-35B. To build. Now I'm doing all this on the ribs, but you're not going to see any of that. It'd help if I kept my arms still and not shake so much. It is what it is. I'm not too fussed how this bit looks. By the time I add the colours to it, it'll all pretty much vanish anyway. We got a little bit there, a little bit there. No point me doing the nose too much because most of the nose, as you remember, is done in aluminium. No worries, Mark. Take care, pal. Cheers for popping by. Shaking again. I hate this shaking marking. Using the fine it and then mate. Oh, stop shaking, boy. Always feels like you're ruining a model when you do this. Till that colour gets on it. Right. No, I'll do that. I say, it don't look pretty, but not meant to. There we go. Not pretty, but we're back. We're back. What's we're back? Wonder what that is. Is that one of them Warhammery thingamajigs? The thingamajig, what's them call it? Right, easy bit now. So I will give it a clean because it's working all right on big spray, but it's just a little not quite right for the fine spraying. Mind you, I always say to people when you're pre-shading, you don't want it to you don't want it too neat. Kind of goes against what you're trying to do. What's that? Not Warhammer. It's a Reaper Mini. Moose, you have to excuse my ignorance, but I kind of assumed it was all the same kind of thing. I didn't know there was a difference. My bad. I kind of thought all that fantasy miniatures were all Warhammer, but obviously I'm very much mistaken. Right, now we're on to the old crazy picking out colour panels. Push it down a little. A bit too harsh. Yeah, definitely. I think they look brilliant. All that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of ignorant to what it all is, to be honest. The airbrush is working sweet now on the bigger stuff. So, but I'll definitely give it a good clean. Mm. Yeah, I get lost with all that, to be honest. We have a guy in the model club, and he's into kind of a lot of this gaming kind of figures. Brilliant job he does on them, absolutely astounding, you know. A bit like you and Ross and all that, like it's like just wow, you know. But personally, I've got no idea of all that. It's all way over my head. And then a lot of things are over my head. So I've just kind of been chucking some paint on there. It's just random anyway, you know. It's hard not to be uniform with a pattern. Obviously this is not going to be as easy to paint as the underneath, because obviously it's not all one colour, it's going to be a camo, so we will deal with that. It's going to take a little bit more work. No, just like that. Kind of destroyed it again. Yeah. What's that? Ross and Gil are way better than me, that's for sure. Right. You all do a fantastic job on it. You really do. I'll have a look. For me, you know, it's been time just lately. I'm kind of running out of time all the time, but yeah, I'll try and look for it, Moose, and have a look. I quite like all that kind of stuff, but it's just not too small for me. Hi, Stephen. Good to see you. Don't worry about it, pal. There's no hard, fast rules. If you can't make it one day, it's fine. Life gets in the way. We all know that. Ron over on Facebook. Fred, I've got some bolt action figures I used one for my late friend. Maybe someone can purchase them. Yes, mate. Yeah. No worries. We'll try and sort something out for you. That's for sure. I'd say just for me, it's too crazy, too small. It would just do my head right in. Basically, just saying it bluntly. How they get that detail on it amazes me. We have a guy in our club. He's right into all that Warhammer and stuff. All the fantasy figures, you know. Probably the Reapers as well, because that rings a bell. So I think he likes them too. And the guy does my head in because he just sits there and goes like that. No magnifying lamp, no nothing. And I tell you, when you see what he does, it's like, how on earth has he managed that? The guy's eyesight is just unbelievable. It really is. It's like, how on earth? For me, I mean, to read the instructions you've seen, I have to use a silly magnifying glass, you know? And this guy does stuff with it like a pinhead. You know, the size is tiny. It just amazes me how everybody does that. It really does. Me. I'm just going to double check because I've just got to clean the nozzle there. Yeah, we're good. I'm sure I've got the white to put on. I did last time. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, we should be good. I like last time, looking like a bit like a patchwork quilt. Like I did before. Gonna lighten that a little bit there as well. Not some craziness going on here, but it'll be worth it. Hopefully, all goes well. I'm fighting off camouflaging mosquitoes. You get big old mosquitoes over there, then, Moose, yeah? Right, Ron, I tried to sort out the Zoom thing and it won't work via social media and YouTube, etc. And Google Hangouts is finished pretty much, and basically everything's money, mate, now. To be able to do what I want to do, but I'm working on it. We'll get something sorted. As soon as I get something sorted, I'll let you know. It's quite a lot of money, buddy. So, but when I do sort it, yeah, all good, Ron. You'll be the first to know, pal. You and Mark and a few others, and then we'll have some fun multi-screening. So, here's my craziness again, like last time. Browns, blacks, whites, kind of weird mess, as they say. But you know what it's going to look like it'll come out like that, but in the other colour. So it'll come out roughly like that in a camo colour once it's done. So that'll just give it all weird kind of panel shading in the camo. So you see how you got your different shades of azure blue there, and with the same on the top here, you'll have your different shades of your dark earth and your middle stone, and it'll just help with the weathering process when the time comes, and look hopefully a bit like that. That's the theory. So it always looks like a mess. I nearly said the word. It always looks like a mess, but it'll be fine. That's about it, I think. Wintering over, yeah, we get midges in the summer, and they just annihilate you. They're little tiny things, and they just bite and they swarm at you up in Scotland, and they're a pain. So I remember once I was trying to fix a gate in the garden, and it needed 2 screws. Now I've got a battery drill, so you know, anyone who knows anything, battery drill, you go out to the gate, 2 screws, job done, seconds, you know. I didn't even get to the gate, and I was covered in these little midgy buggers, and they bite like mad. So not as bad as big old mosquitoes, but yeah, midges are a pain. You can't go fishing and all that, they just swarm you. So hopefully we get a cold winter and it kills a lot of them off, and next summer it'll be not so bad, you know. Yeah, the little black things. And I'll tell you what I have noticed as well. It depends on what colour top you wear, a lot of it. I like whiskey, so they don't like me too much. They don't bite you so much. um, Obviously, they haven't got the taste for whiskey. But yeah, all good fun. So that's it really for now. We've got a nicely messed up aeroplane there, Hurricane, and once we start getting the camo on, it'll tone that. Well, it'll get rid of most of that, and it'll just leave a nice tonal variation in the colour, in the final colour. Some of it will completely vanish, and some of it won't. So that's where we're at. All good fun, so they say. Midges are unreal, man. I'm not from Scotland, I'm from England, so when I moved here, it was like all these little things biting and swarming you, but so that's 8 o'clock. I've been at it since this morning with a course and everything, so I'm not going to hang about too much. Only have a good couple of next days, and I'll post a link tomorrow for Tuesday's live at 7 o'clock. Like I said, Ron, I'll try and sort out something for multicam, but it's rather close to Christmas at the minute. But as soon as I sort something out, I'll let you guys know. And if anyone else wants to join in, they can once I get it sorted. Apart from that, thanks very much for everyone popping by and chatting away, and your support and everything else. It's really appreciated. So take care. You know how to get hold of me. Links are below the video. Message, say hello, doesn't matter. I'm about, you know. So that's it for now, and I shall see you Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and we'll start getting some camouflage on here. So all good. Take care, guys. All the best, and look after yourselves and stay safe.